the preparation na ng worksheet. Okay? For most especially or focused on periodic. Okay? So, worksheet, as we have known from our service business, no, isa siyang malaking table, no, kung saan may mga different columns, no, with rows na nakalagay kung ano yung mga account titles, no. So, si worksheet, isa siyang tool para ma-summarize natin, to summarize the recording of accounts through trial balance, adjustments, and financial statements. Actually, pero makakatulong siya para mas maging efficient yung recording. Kasi si worksheet, no, tinutulungan niya tayo kung ano yung mga account titles, ano yung mga balances na pwedeng i-plot na or tamang i-plot with the income statement and balance sheet. Okay? So, yung mga columns natin dyan, we have the unadjusted trial balance, tapos adjustment, so coming from our adjusting entries, and then, pag pinagsama tong dalawa, makukuha natin yung ating adjusted trial balance, and then, transferring from adjusted trial balance to income statement and balance sheet. No? So, that's how preparation of worksheet goes. May papakita ko sa inyo na example ng worksheet, no. This is lifted from the book of Sir Balyada, yung Basic Financial Accounting and Reporting. So, pwede nyo yung i-visit, no, para mas marami pa kayong matutunan. And at the same time, may masagutan kayong mga questions or practice problems. So, dito sa worksheet na to, marami to. Maraming account titles na given dito. Pero ang i-focus lang natin is yung ating merchandise inventory na account title or account, no? May kita nyo dito, itong si 528 ay nasa trial balance and then wala tayong adjustments, no? Tapos dumiretso na siya agad hanggang dito sa income statement as a debit. And then, hindi pa natapos doon kasi meron pa tayong entry for credit naman ng income statement. And then, itong credit na to, yung 483, ay transfer dito sa debit as 483, no? So, yun yung kailangan nating i-observe or kailangan maintindihan. Bakit dalawa yung entry sa income statement at bakit itong 483 yung napunta dito sa balance sheet. Okay? Merong explanation si Balyada regarding that. So, we have to dig deeper kung paano niya ginawa yan sa worksheet. Okay? Ayan. So, okay. Meron tayo ditong pro forma ng cost of goods sold or cost of sales. So, matatandaan natin ulit, no? Kailangan nating i-remind yung sarili natin about this one kasi connected siya dun sa explanation ng worksheet. Okay. So, matatandaan natin na sa pagkuha ng cost of goods sold, we have to add the beginning inventory and the net cost of purchases para makuha natin si total goods available for sale and then ima-minus natin si ending inventory to get our cost of goods sold. Okay? So, ano na yan? Kumbaga, paulit-ulit na nating dinidiscuss yung proforma na yan kasi very important siya na maintindihan. Ngayon, basing from the worksheet that we had, no, doon kanina. So, yung beginning inventory natin na 528 is extended to the debit column of income statement as illustrated in Exhibit 8-1. So, kung makikita natin, medyo hindi ko pala nailapit, no? Yan. Kung makikita natin, yung 583 nga ay nilipat daw doon or transfer dito sa debit balance ng income statement. Okay? So, yan. Sige, lapit ko muna. Masyado pala tayong malayo. Sige. Punta ka dito. Yan. Okay. So, yun. Extended daw. Ano yung epekto niya or ano yung purpose, no? So, this procedure has the effect of adding the beginning inventory to net cost of purchases. Observe that the purchases account is also in the debit column of the income statement. So, ang purpose daw pala nun, kaya nasa debit balance, itong beginning balance na to, is to add this beginning inventory to the net cost of purchases. we know na sa pagkuha ng net cost of purchases, kailangan pagsama-samahin itong itong purchases, itong PRA, PD, tsaka trans-in. Okay? So, kung alam niyo yan at gets niyo yan, mas madali na sa inyo, no? Pero yung pagkuha ng net cost of purchases ay pinagsama-samang ito. Purchases minus purchase retention allowances minus purchase discounts, and then add natin si trans-in para makuha si net cost of purchases. And then, si net cost of purchases ay naka-debit because malaki yung yung balance ni purchases. No? Tapos, since parehas nga silang debit, ma-add sila pareho. That's why, dinebit itong si beginning inventory. Again, this one is our beginning inventory. Okay? Tapos, sige, ending inventory balance of 483, which is not in the trial balance, is entered in the credit balance or credit column of the income statement. Okay. So, meron tayong ending inventory na 483. Yan. Kung makikita naman natin sa screen, pinasok siya dito sa credit balance or sa credit column ng income statement. Wala siya dito sa trial balance, but rather dito na agad pinasok, no? So, ano yung dahilan kung bakit siya pinasok doon? This procedure has the effect of subtracting the ending inventory from goods available for sale. So, nung pinagsama na natin to sa debit column, itong dalawa, no, these are debit, makukuha kasi natin yung total goods available for sale. And then, kapag nag-credit tayo ng ending inventory, that means we are deducting ending inventory from that total goods available for sale. Kaya siya naka-credit column sa income statement. Okay? Note that two inventory amounts appeared in the income statement columns. This is because both of the beginning and ending inventory are needed in the computation of cost of sales. Diba, saka lang naman tayo nagko-compute ng cost of sales kapag we are aiming to get or to make our income statement. So, therefore, nakalagay sila pareho sa income statement na column. Okay? So, that's the reason, no, bakit dalawa yung merchandise inventory na balance under the income statement column of worksheet. Okay? And then, ending inventory is also entered in the debit column of the balance sheet. After all the items have been extended in the proper statement columns, the 4 columns are totaled. Okay. The profit or loss is determined as the difference between the debit and credit columns of the income statement. Okay. So, yung ending inventory din daw, no, apart from putting it sa income statement, ay nilagay din siya sa balance sheet. Because sabi nga natin, si balance sheet, ang laman niya ay nagre-represent sa financial position ng company through those different accounts. No? So, dahil si ending inventory yung ating pinaka-updated balance for our merchandise inventory, siya yung nilagay dito sa balance sheet or transfer. Okay? Okay. And then, after nga daw niyan, no, kunwari na, plot na natin lahat, is we have to get the total of these 4 columns. Okay? Yan. Kunin natin yung total na yan. And then, dapat yung debit at credit column ng bawat column na yan ay equal yung total. Like, for example, ito, equal sila, equal din to. Tapos, dito lang nagkaroon ng hindi pagkaka-equal. Bakit? Kasi si income statement, hindi naman talaga mag-equal yan eh. Nung time na nag-uusap tayo about service entity, no? Sabi natin sa income statement, we are computing for the profit by deducting expenses from revenue, no, to get our profit. So, yung profit yung excess ng revenue over expenses. That's why may sobra talaga. Okay? And in this sense, ganun din, may sobra din. So, ibig sabihin, yung sobra na to, itong 455,210, this is what we call the profit. Okay? Profit siya kung nandun siya sa debit side. Kaya lang naman na-debit yan kasi para kung saan yung mas mababa, doon siya nilalagay para mag-equal sila pareho. Okay? Yung debit at yung credit column. Okay. So, kapag nasa debit side, si excess, no, that's profit. Pero kapag nasa credit column siya, that is loss. Okay? Kasi ibig sabihin nun, kulang si revenue, mas mataas si expenses, kaya dinagdag natin si loss amount dito sa credit column. Okay? Pero dahil naka-debit siya, profit tayo ngayon. Okay? Ngayon, itong profit na to, ay, di ba, tina-transfer siya sa statement of changes in equity, which, for instance, ay nagiging part din ng capital. Okay, pagkuha ng ending capital, no? And then, si capital ay may nature ng credit side kasi credit balance siya. So, yung profit na to ay napupunta naman sa credit side ng balance sheet. That's how we sue the the lapses yung pagitan, no, between the income statement and the balance sheet. Ngayon, kapag ginamit natin yung profit na to, tapos mag-i-equal itong dalawang total ni balance sheet, ibig sabihin, tama tayo ng profit or tama tayo ng nakuhang amount. Okay? Kasi, 'di ba kapag inad yung equity sa balance sheet, no, dapat mag-equal si liabilities and equity at saka si asset because we are following the accounting equation na assets is equals to liabilities plus equity. Okay? Isang isang part to ng equation, then another part of equation. And since this is an equation, kailangan equal sila pareho ng amount. Okay? And that's how we do the worksheet. So, medyo nakakalito lang siya sa una, pero kapag naintindihan niyo yung nature ng mga accounts, no, mas madali na lang ninyo na maiintindihan. Nung undergrad ako, hindi ko rin naintindihan, no, kung bakit dalawa yung entry sa income statement. Saka ko na lang din siya naintindihan ngayon nung nire-review ko na yung topic. So, this is a good opportunity for you kasi maaga pa lang. Gets nyo na. Okay? So, next tayo. Income statement naman. So, nung nakaraan, yung mga nakaraang videos, yung mga topics natin doon ay related to the income statement itself already. So, talagang nire-ready ko na kayo in making an income statement because yung mga topics na yon ay talagang importante sa merchandising, no? Pero, yung income statement na pinapakita ko sa inyo ngayon in your screen, that's an income statement using the function of expense method. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng function of expense? Ang idea niyan ay lahat daw ng account title should be classified according to their main functions. Like for example, itong mga sales accounts, no, ay classify sila under net sales because at the end of the day, ang kukuhanin naman talaga natin ay net sales, no? Kahit wala tong mga to, net sales lang ilagay natin, yun yung importante. And then, another thing is cost of sales, gross profit, operating expenses, operating profit, finance cost, and profit. So, lahat yan, no, ay part nung skeleton natin. Sabi natin, sales minus cost of sales, gross profit, operating expenses, and then net income. So, that's the skeleton, no? Pero sabi ko nga, sa mga naunang videos, meron pa yung mga branches, which are, etong mga ito. No? So, we have to properly classify them according to the right classification. Okay? And I believe kapag alam nyo na or napanood nyo na yung about sa mga videos na natin related to income statement or yung pagkuha ng net sales, ng cost of sales, ng operating expenses, ganun, mas madali na lang ninyo na maiintindihan kung paano to ginagawa. Okay? You can self-review for this one kasi madali na lang talaga siyang intindihin. Okay. Next ay, ang gusto kong i-point out dito is itong finance cost. Si finance cost ay, wait lang. Okay. Si finance cost ay interest expense. Yan. Minsan nakikita siya sa under ng operating expenses pero minsan din nasa finance cost siya. So bakit ganun, no? Bakit ganun ang nangyayari? I believe na kaya siya hinihiwalay kasi pagdating sa ating SCF or yung cash flows natin, statement of cash flows, 'di ba meron tayong tatlong ano doon, branches, tatlong sections. We have the operations or operating activities, and then we have the investing activities, and then meron tayong financing. Okay. Sa tatlo na 'yan, no, si interest expense could probably be part of the operating expenses, oo, or the operating activities. Pero more so, sa financing talaga kasi pumapasok si interest expense. Kasi yung financing, ang laman ni financing ay we have the capital, we have the loans, no? And we have the withdrawals. Yan. So, nandyan yan sa financing. And dahil may loans tayo dito, etong loans na to ay nagbe-bear ng interest. That's why yung interest expense ay minsan hinihiwalay na into finance cost because that is part of the financing activities and not merely by operating. Okay? So, yun yung naisip kong explanation. Pero if you have any explanation pa na no, you can share it to us via comment section. Okay? Huwag mahiya tayong magtanong or mag-share ng mga knowledge natin because this video tutorial should be something we share, no, about our knowledge. Okay? So, that's the income statement. Next tayo, we have the changes in equity. The changes in equity, wala namang pinagbago. Same pa rin siya, no? We have here the beginning capital, and then profit, then total, less the withdrawals, to get our ending capital. And also, wag makakalimutan yung heading, no? Yung heading natin, wag kakalimutan. And ayan na, yun na yun, di ba? And then yung ending capital, ito yung pinapasok natin sa owner's equity part ng balance sheet. Because balance sheet, ito lang din siya, parehas lang din. We have the current assets, the property and equipment or the current non-current assets, no, and then total assets, liabilities, current liabilities, non-current, and then owner's equity. Okay, so kailangan mag-total si total liabilities and equity tsaka si total asset, mag-equal sila dapat. So another thing is the heading. Yan, huwag kakalimutan yung heading. Ngayon, I just want to point out, no, na it is very important for financial statements, especially for the balance sheet, no, na classified yung mga account titles. Kasi, according to PAS 1, no, there should be classification between current assets and non-current assets of assets and liabilities. Current and non-current of assets and liabilities, no, hindi lang sa assets. Okay. So, again, same pa rin naman ng financial statements ng service. Ang pinagkaiba lang ay yung ginagamit na natin na account titles. Yan. Example ay merchandise inventory. Okay. So, sige. Ano pa ba? Meron pa ba tayong hindi nako-cover? I think wala na. Okay? So, that's all for this video. Hopefully, may natutunan kayo and at the same time, nadagdagan yung knowledge ninyo, no? So, if, again, may natutunan kayo at hindi pa kayo nakasubscribe sa ating YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button na para mas marami pa kayong maintindihan at matutunan. And also, kindly click this like button sa baba, no, ng video natin para marami pang mahikayat na manood ng videos natin. Kasi I believe it is helpful naman para mas maintindihan natin yung concepts behind our accounting topics or activities. Okay? So, that's all for this video. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead.